Another brick fan with a Harry Potter set. This is the Battle of Hogwarts. This is set 76415. It was released in June 2023. It has 728 pieces, 6 minifigures, and cost about $80 when it was released. This is one of 9 Harry Potter sets that were released with this June wave. And as you can see, it's a recreation of the final battle scene in the Hogwarts courtyard between Harry and Lord Voldemort. They did add these new wand pieces, and you can see that little spell details there. I'll show you a little bit more of that here in a few minutes. But as you can see, this is built in a modular style with the different peg pieces there for the Technic pins, which allows you to reconfigure this set as well as combine this set with the other sets that have come out over the last couple of years to create a larger model. So it's really nice to have additional pieces for that large model. Before we look at the minifigures, let's take a closer look at the different elements of this build. So as you can see, there are a couple of bridge elements. These just snap into place here on the sides. The side has these bridge elements, as you can see here. Has a Hogwarts shield down here. That's a sticker that looks all right there, down there. As you can see, the Hogwarts sticker right here. The bridge element or the ledge here allows you to put minifigures on that. There's a couple of torches up here done with these like telescope pieces and the candle flames. The other side is built on this blue plates here to indicate this is over the water. And you can see that there are several windows here. No glass in the windows, but they're just open. But that does provide the sculpting that we need. And both sides of the bridge are actually done the same. So you can see they're both, you can see that both sides of this bridge are done the same. And you could also match the bridge up this way if you wanted to. You could use this same clip element here to connect the bridges together to create this long bridge here. The main part of the build has essentially 3 levels. We'll go ahead and separate this out. The middle section comes off, and you can see there are a couple of these side builds here. Just small roofs with some towers on them. Not a lot to those, just some roofing material. Then this piece here has kind of another clock tower look. So there's this clock on the inside right there. And then on the other side, there is a damaged clock or a damaged door maybe, perhaps. Or that door here. Looks like it's damaged. Somebody broke into there. Up top, there is a little bit of a roof section here, as you can see. And it just goes up to this kind of steeple where there's another kind of logo here. Now this piece is just on with one stud from a jumper plate, so it is a little bit loose, but there is that. And then this middle section here, or the main part of the build, is 3 rooms essentially that are just clipped together here, as you can see. So one side has, looks like a tea set or something like that out, and then this sticker here in the background. And then there's a torch here and some other elements on the outside, a little plant life, and then the stonework here. This is definitely designed to be a ground level of Hogwarts Castle. On the other side of the hallway, you'll see a fireplace here, those large fire elements, another table down here, and another torch. And then, of course, this middle section here is where the doors are. The middle section has these doors, the double doors, which presumably lead into the castle. So you can configure this however you'd like, where you want to have the doorway entering into the castle. As I mentioned, this does get configured in 2 different ways. So one of the ways is like I just showed you at the beginning, and the other is where it looks like a hallway. So let me get that reconfigured and show you what that looks like. Here we have it configured as this long bridge, and you can see that there's the columns here, and then there creates an archway with all of the lanterns. And then down below, you'll see there's this wide bridge. It's about 6 studs or 8 studs wide altogether, leading to the doors here of the Hogwarts castle. And then, of course, that peak is right up there. So this looks pretty good as kind of that long bridge that goes between the couple of different sections of the Hogwarts castle. And I think it turned out pretty nicely with that stonework, kind of the rocks on either side here, and then the kind of the bridge in the middle where you can see the water down below, and then kind of the entrance here into Hogwarts or into the Great Hall is kind of what that simulates from what I can tell. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the 6 minifigures now. As I mentioned in the intro, this set comes with 6 minifigures. They include Harry Potter, Voldemort, Neville Longbottom, Scarabor, Molly Weasley, and Bellatrix Lestrange. Let's start with our 3 heroes, or the wizards here. We have Harry Potter, of course, with this new wand piece that allows for you putting the elements on that. And you might notice that this is a black wand, and Harry normally carries a dark brown wand. But also, if you remember, his wand was broken at this point in the Deathly Hallows movie and book. So it makes sense for him to have a different color. He's in, of course, this brown or tannish jacket, the blue zip-up underneath that, and a light blue shirt with a light blue or sand blue pants. Neville has the same sand blue legs. Then he's wearing this silver or gray shirt with a silver trim and stuff in there. Notice his face is all scuffed up, and he, of course, has a wand. And then he also carries the sword of Gryffindor. As you may recall from the movie, he did use this sword of Gryffindor against the snake Nagini. And then here is Molly Weasley. So it was nice to get her, and she's in this nice long set of robes, or a dress perhaps. Of course, the orange wand, the orange hair. Really nice facial expression on her. As we rotate around these figures, there is no side printing on any of them. A little bit of back printing on Harry and Molly, and then a very detailed back print here for Neville, which I thought looks really nice. And then, of course, here's the other expressions for all of these characters. And you see Harry with a more serious face, Neville looks a little scared, and here's Molly with not quite as big a smile on her face. So 3 very nice alternate expressions for all of these figures. Now let's take a look at our Death Eaters. Here are our 3 Death Eaters, starting with Lord Voldemort, and he's got that very evil look on his face. I like how they have the nose with the 2 little slits there. So kind of that reptilian type nose. Here's Bellatrix Lestrange here with a great big giant hair piece. Very nice print here on the top. She even has some arm printing, which turned out nicely. And then kind of this dress or robe look on the bottom. This last character is Scarabor, who was one of the Snatchers, worked for Fenrir Greyback. So kind of a minor character, but he was in this final scene, so it was good to see him in here. I think he did capture Harry at one point. But you see he's wearing kind of a long coat here over like a patchwork pants there. A very nice vest underneath here. I think the printing on Voldemort is actually done quite nicely as well, with his robes and then this mud and stuff on those. As I mentioned, Bellatrix does have this printing on her arm. And then the backs of all these are relatively plain, although Bellatrix does have a little bit of extra printing there. And then you can see that elaborate hairpiece that she has. There's her alternate expression, and then actually Scarabor has a alternate expression as well. Voldemort, of course, being bald, does not have an alternate expression. Couple of other things. So we do have Nagini here. This is a really good snake piece, and then there's a spot here where actually a minifig could actually hold on to this snake. Not any printing or coloring on it. The box seems to indicate that this is kind of a glowing looking snake, but it's not. It's just a single color in this kind of sand green color. And we also have a bunch of spell elements. So this set also came with a bunch of spell elements, and these are similar to the power elements that you see in the Marvel sets. But there's lots of different ones. There's these extensions here, a couple of different styles of those. There's this kind of blast piece. There's these several rounded pieces as well. So it gives you quite an opportunity to put different spells on there, different types of spells being cast out of the wands, and the wands do have that little stud on them. Show you a closer look at Harry's wand, for example. So you see that little stud element right there, so you could go in and put these spell elements together however you'd like, which now gives you a way to show them casting spells out of their wands. So that's a nice new feature that comes, something new they included in Harry Potter set for this year. Let's go back and I'll give you my final thoughts on the set. My overall impression is that this is a really nice set. I like the 6 minifigures that came with this set. Here they are again, even though we just looked at those. I like the Nagini. I think that's good to get that snake piece that's been around for a while. And we get some nice characters. Like, I like the fact that we get Bellatrix and Molly Weasley, for example, with this set. So I'm pretty happy with the selection of minifigures. I like the castle itself. I think it looks very nice. I think they did a good job in making it modular, which can make it fit in with other sets from the last couple of years. And I like the fact that they gave an idea for creating the minifigure scale Hogwarts castle. The example they give in the instructions is for 7 of these sets to be combined together to create that castle. As far as value goes, it is an $80 set, which I think is a little high, but probably on par for what they've been selling Harry Potter sets for over the years. They have gone up just a little bit, I would say. I generally like seeing these sets at closer to 10 cents per piece at 728 pieces and $80. It puts it between 11 and 12 cents per piece, so a little bit higher, but it is a Harry Potter themed set, and 6 minifigures really add a lot of value to the set. So I don't think it's a bad price at $80. I would have liked to have seen it more like a $65 price point. That would have been really nice. But overall, I think it is worth probably the $80 that you pay for this set, because it is a substantial set and has really good minifigures. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this Harry Potter set. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to my Harry Potter review playlist up here on the screen.